Now the question says, can the vicious cycle of gender inequality, poverty and malnutrition be broken through microfinancing of women's self-help group? Explain with example. Since this was a 10-marker question of 150 words, we might need to first, in introductory remark, have to explain what do we mean by vicious cycle of gender inequality, poverty and malnutrition. And then we will be focusing our attention on addressing the concern related to, can this vicious cycle be broken through the microfinance institutions for basically financing the women's self-help group or not. So what do we mean by gender inequality? In introduction, you might write 1 or 2 lines on that. That gender inequality refer to existence of unequal opportunities and rewards for women and transgenders or basically opposite genders in social position in society. Poverty is what? A social phenomena in which sections of the population is unable to fulfill their basic needs. Malnutrition happens when people have inadequate intake of protein, energy and micronutrients. So this is our basic understanding related to basically these 3 terms. What is microfinancing institution? So microfinance is a type of a banking services provided to those who could not access the formal financial services like bank. Who are they? They are low income group or people who are from unemployed basically section. Now this term microfinance got huge popularity, especially after Muhammad Yunus, who is a Bangladeshi economist, received 2006 Nobel Prize in Peace, right? So he got this Nobel Prize and he said that moment you say about microfinance, everyone want to come and help you. This was his famous quotation. Microfinance is not something which is new to India. We actually discussed that in social issue. Most of you might be remembering that we might have discussed about the ideas related to our self-help group which has formed and also which has associated themselves with financing the women's. So one such initiative in India was SEVA, which was founded in 1972 in Ahmedabad. Now SEVA was founded by Ela Bhatt, and Ela Bhatt founded this with the intention to provide certain basically training facilities, skill development, and in 1974 she transformed this into SEVA Bank. SEVA is Self-Employed Women Association. Similar kinds of organization were reflected in India in 1978 as well, when Jaya Arunachalam founded the Working Women Forum in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, and her objective was also similar like Ela Bhatt. She wanted to eradicate the poverty among the women. So microfinance institutions basically like Muhammad Yunus has opened the Grameen Bank, like SEVA Bank, like basically Jaya Arunachalam opened the Working Women Forum, played a very important role and at least have a great potential to basically break this vicious circle of gender inequality, malnutrition and poverty. How? So again, this vicious circle of gender inequality, poverty, malnutrition, is going to be basically there whenever women are not having any source of income and women are not allowed to participate in any kind of basically activity which will help them to generate income. So the microfinance institutions are known for lending the people who cannot get access to the official financial institutions or formal finance institution like bank. Only thing is that they have to present some credible basically ideas for which they are taking this basically finances, right? So again here, because of this microfinance institutions, there were more and more encouragement is given to the women to participate in public sphere activity, and when they participate in public sphere activity, naturally they will have more inclination to earn their livelihood by engaging into some employment. So microfinance institution might lend them some amount of money to open a tea shop, to open a small kiosk, to open a very small business, so that they can start generating income for themselves and their family on monthly basis, through which they can directly attack the poverty. Microfinance institution, by lending to the women, had a potential to change their economic status, and when their economic status is changed, they will start investing in the nutritional basically support for themselves and their family member. Microfinance institution also have a potential to increase the income, and when income is increased, one of the reason for basically malnutrition is that many of the women could not afford the nutritious food. So with this money, they will also have affordability increase related to basically their nutrition. Microfinance institution to women self-help group also ensure some kind of employment generating activity that will also address the inequality. Because once they started participating, naturally their economic status improved, that will improve their social status, and so far they were not getting an equal access in the society on many spheres, they started getting access to it. One such example is Kudumshri initiative of Government of Kerala, which started in 1998 and have a miraculous result, so much so that this model was receiving many awards from United Nations for its efficiency in eradication of poverty and gender inequality along with malnutrition among the women in Kerala. Right. Also, you can say, after addressing these of the concerns related to the question, you should also present a critical perspective in this answer to make your answer more inclusive. Telling that there are many challenges. Microfinance is not just low-hanging fruit which you can basically pluck at any point of time, because microfinance is not also very free from the challenges. What are the challenges with microfinances? First and foremost is that its reach or its coverage is very narrow. Coverage is not very wide. So not every village or basically area of the country is covered under microfinance institution basically network. So this is one problem. Second problem with microfinance institution is whichever basically institution provide micro lending, their interest rate are way too higher. It increases, it starts from 25% to even basically 60 to 80% interest rate. Now you can imagine that when a normal financial institution, which is banks or any kind of formal financial institutions are there, they charge interest somewhere down the line of 12 to 13%. Here microfinance institutions are starting their interest rate charging from just a double. So again, higher interest rate is also one of the reason. Again, third reason could be that it most of the time is not reaching to the deserving people. Most of the time, the microfinance institution cater to the need of intermediary basically population who is not absolutely suffering from poverty. So third is deserving person might not get any financial assistance. Now, deserving person might not get any basically challenges. So, deserving person might not get any benefit from the microfinance institution, and you can also say higher interest rate is another challenge. Even Muhammad Yunus was being accused, and his Grameen Bank were accused of using extortion to basically get back their money or threatening the basically people who have taken the money, right? Also, you can say one of the challenges of microfinance institution is its limited awareness. Not many people in the country are aware about its functioning, and because of limited awareness, most of the time people get the loan, they were finding it unable to pay back with the interest rate. Sometimes they get the loan under this leave that it is associated with government, they are not supposed to pay it back. So this kind of basically limited awareness is another problem. Now, we can also say that yes, despite of this limitation, in concluding remark, one can say that microfinance institutions and microfinance as a mechanism is incredibly powerful tool. But we must move beyond the micro hopes and we must move beyond the micro ambitions for the women with the help of this microfinance. Now, microfinance is definitely an idea whose time has come, as what Kofi Annan, the former General Secretary of United Nations, has said. But again, we need not to consider it as a magic bullet. We need not to consider it as basically a kind of magic wand which will solve all the problem. Unless and until government support is not there, microfinance institution would not give the desired result. From the Kerala example, we got this lesson we need to implement. Right. So this is how you can address the concerns of the questions.